What I'm hitching my wagon to is quality of life. I want to touch everybody. I want to touch the kids. I want to touch the intermediates. I want to touch the seniors. And that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to develop things that true quality of life. And just having all those amenities to make it the best it can be.
Thanks for joining us on Louisiana's Playground Podcast, your roadmap to all things Lake Charles, Louisiana. I'm Brady Raynard.
And I'm Jillian Quarter. We're excited to bring you another episode. We've got all the authentic stories and experiences of Southwest Louisiana. We got all the tools that you need to build your own personal Lake Charles or Southwest Louisiana itinerary.
Maybe a Westlake itinerary.
That's right. That's the topic of today's show.
Yeah, we're talking with the mayor, Mr. Hal McMillin. A lot to get to, a lot of things that they're offering. You'll kind of see his stance on where he kind of wants to take Westlake from here, and then all the things that you can kind of do there or combine with what you're already going to be doing in Lake Charles, or if you live here, maybe discover something new. It's a great show, jam-packed with details, but before we get to that, as we always do, it's time for a taste of Southwest Louisiana, a segment we call On the Eats.
This week we head over to Blue Iguana Taco Bar and Cantina. Of course, it's right there in the heart of Westlake, right off the main drag. So Blue Iguana has 4 locations. 3 of those are in Southwest Louisiana, Lake Charles, Westlake, and DeQuincy. I've been to 2 of them. 2 of the 4, and I love them both.
Yeah, they are really good, and they've expanded very quickly. That tells you how good they are.
Yes.
Is that it didn't take long for them to continue to wanting to add a couple of locations here in Southwest Louisiana, because they opened, I believe, January of 2024 in Lake Charles.
Yeah.
And so very, very quickly, this Westlake location that we went to for today's show opened in 2025.
Yeah,
and after having the Lake Charles locations enough times and the Westlake one, very similar experiences, so I feel very confident saying everything that I know about the Lake Charles location will apply to all of them.
Yeah, that's what I love about Blue Iguana, which, by the way, is like a weekly stop for our family. We go there all the time. The one in Lake Charles especially, has the outdoor seating area, and we've got kids, so we kind of like let them run. They kind of get to do
without disturbing anyone else.
Yeah.
Right?
They get to kind of do their thing, so it's a really great spot for us, and we truly are there on a weekly basis. We love Blue Iguana. Consistency. When you can go to a place and order something different off the menu every time you go, and it's going to be right on target, right? Like they don't miss.
But do you?
Well, no, I get the one thing every time because I love it so much. No, I don't venture out. Thank you very much. But you don't have to there because it's so good. So it's Mexican food. They've got some Tex-Mex classics on there.
Yeah, I find it somewhere in the middle between like the authentic Mexican experience and a Tex-Mex restaurant. It's somewhere kind of comfortably in the middle where they kind of adopt the best of both worlds.
Yeah, it's got a little bit of everything and a very extensive menu. So
I think of it like kind of like do you know football coaches and their play call sheets on the sideline? That's what it looks like to me. I mean, it is large.
Yeah.
They do a lot of stuff
It's
here.
a big menu, and you can kind of almost like they allow you to like basically customize each dish. So they might have like, they call it the, whatever entree, happy plate, but you can get it in shrimp or beef or fish or chicken or whatever, you know what I mean? Like, they really let you customize it to what you want. And so we just can't go wrong. First up, though, let's talk appetizers. So chips and salsa.
Yeah, I mean,
are automatic, right?
Every good American Mexican restaurant opens with chips and salsa, right?
They do. And I really like Blue Iguanas because they bring you 2 different kinds of salsa. So one's like, both have a spice level to them, but one's brought out to you at like room temperature, right? And the other one is actually warm. It's a heated dish.
Yeah.
And so it's really good. Both of them are very good, very distinct flavors on each. And I'll let you break those down.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, they're both salsas, right? But I find the hot salsa, hot as in temperature, is actually more mild because they use jalapeno as the pepper of choice there.
Yeah.
But it is a very heavy tomato flavor. It's thinner. So, and like I said, it is more mild. It's stewed down, and you can tell there's a nice little sheen on top. But you're getting a much more of a tomato flavor out of the salsa.
Yeah. That's the one I like more.
It is still very, very good, right?
Yeah.
And I think people definitely have preferences. I like them both. I ate both of them.
I prefer the warm one, I think, because it's just a little different.
I certainly like warm salsa. I like my salsa warmed up,
Yeah.
but it was very good. I prefer the flavor of what I call the cold salsa. It's room temperature to chili. It definitely has a spicier hit. It's more garlicky. You get a real chopped pepper taste. It's what I would call the fresher salsa because one is more stewed down, the other is fresher. And it's definitely thicker, and they pepper that one with habanero, so it definitely has more of a kick to it.
Yeah, but both are very, very good.
Very good.
Let's talk entrees. I get the chicken quesadilla plate, and I get it every time I go, and it is perfect every single time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is 20 plus times I've ordered this dish.
Yeah, and you're a quesadilla gal.
I am an expert in all things quesadilla. It is what I order everywhere I go. It is my go-to, and this is so good. This one's my favorite one in town. Like, this is it.
Okay.
Anywhere I go, this is the quesadilla I want. So if I say quesadilla, order me this, please. It's a chicken quesadilla plate. It is shredded chicken that is so flavorful. I don't know how they do it, but it just falls apart. It's shredded. It's perfectly seasoned. It needs nothing else on that tortilla. Tortilla is perfectly crispy. It's grilled on either side.
I
so
love
good.
the fork test, right? When you grab a fork and you run it across it.
Yes, right? It's
I
that
love to
flaky,
hear that. Oh,
yeah. It's really good. So normally I'm a sauce girl, right? So I need queso, or I need to dip something in sour cream, or salsa.
Jalapeno ranch.
Or jalapeno ranch, or guacamole, whatever. I don't need anything for this quesadilla. I want it just the way it is. Sometimes I'll even get sour cream, but before I even remember that it's on my plate, I'm done with the quesadilla. That's how good it is. I eat it really, really fast. It comes with beans and rice, refried beans and Mexican rice. You know, that's
Can't
always
go wrong there.
It's just always on point.
Yep.
Like I said, they never miss ever.
I've actually tried a number of items on their menu. All of them have been good, from the birria tacos, which are very good, to their just like nachos. But today I went with probably my favorite thing that they do. So they have a really extensive taco menu. They have their seafood taco, their stewed tacos, and their street tacos.
Let me guess what you did.
I got one of each.
Oh, I knew it.
Yeah. So I went with 3 different tacos today. The Al Pastor, which is their street taco that is pork marinated with some pineapple and adobo chilies. I got it on a corn tortilla, and I think it's such a good flavor because you get such a nice salty, fatty pork flavor from their cooked down pork there that, like I said, you're getting the texture from the char on it is great. And it honestly is a little tangy too. You get some tang from it too. But then the pineapple is so sweet, but not too sweet, right? But the contrast is incredible between the two. The cilantro's there as well. It's just a really good taco.
Pork and pineapple is probably one of my favorite.
It works so well.
Combinations.
Yeah. And
I love that.
It's a wonderful, wonderful taco. I've had it before. I had it again. It's great. The taco that I have not had before there was their pescado, which is their fish. So it's grilled fish, and then they have cabbage slaw on it, and then they also have cojita cheese and a chipotle crema sauce. I'm typically not a big fan of crema sauces and like mayonnaise, but I said, you know what? I'm going to try it as is. I want to see what they're working with there. And that was a good decision. So the chipotle adds like a really interesting tang to it, and the crunchiness of the cabbage is perfect with the textures. The fish is beautifully grilled, so much flavor from the grilled fish. I mean, like a lot. It's perfect. And then after you have it, you're like, ooh, the crunch, ooh, the crema, ooh, the great fish, and then the cheese hits.
Yep.
Cotija cheese. I'm going to get better at it. Cotija cheese. Well, I'll tell you what. It stands out on the taco. It is so,
however you say it, it tastes good.
It does. It is so perfect on it that I was really blown away. It's one of my favorite fish tacos I've ever had. So great choice as well. And then my favorite there, though, is the chicharron verde, which is such an interesting taco. So a chicharron, for those that may not know, is if you're in Louisiana land, is very much like a crackling, except it's not quite as heavily seasoned, but it's similar parts of the pig. And what they do is they take it and they stew it down in a verde sauce. So it grabs a lot of heat and a lot of flavor from it, but it also changes the texture. So it goes from very chewy and crunchy to where it is very almost gelatinous. Like it changes it almost to kind of gooey, and the texture's not going to be for everyone. I will say that now. It's almost like an oyster style texture. So it will not be for everyone. But if you can get past it, which I easily can,
sure,
the flavor is incredible.
Yeah.
You're getting so many different flavors there, and they put black bean, like a refried bean, on the bottom of the taco too, and it all pairs together so well. It's my favorite taco there. So I know it might sound like I was selling it early. It's my favorite taco there, and it is so unique because not a lot of places will have that, and I love it, and I implore you, if you like oysters and you're good with the texture, try it. You're going to love it.
So you had 2 different pork tacos.
Yes.
Clearly, pork reigns supreme.
I do like pork a lot. I like chicken a lot too.
I'm a chicken gal.
I also got fish.
We got a good mix, but you can't go wrong over at Blue Iguana. So if you're in Westlake, which you're about to hear all about, but if you're in Westlake, if you find yourself there right on the main drag, you will see Blue Iguana and you need to stop by.
From a great meal to a great guest, we welcome on the mayor of Westlake, Mr. Hal McMillin. Before his current role, he's been a city councilman, president of the police jury, as well as working with Conoco and in business development. He's a lifer here in Southwest Louisiana and joins the show today to discuss all the happenings in the busy city of Westlake. Welcome to the show, Hal.
Welcome. That was Conoco Chemical. That's been a few years back, but I
we
grew
dug
up
in the archives for that.
Yeah.
I'm honored to be the mayor. It's a bucket list thing that I kind of wanted to check off.
Yeah.
And I had 5 years on the Westlake City Council, 20 years on the Calcasieu Parish Police Jury, and now the honor of being the mayor of Westlake and serving the people. And it's just, how do we leave legacies to make quality of life better for the kids coming up in the world? So, yeah.
Well, first up, we're going to find out how you play in Louisiana's playground. We do this with all of our guests. It's some rapid fire questions.
Let's go. Let's get them.
Let's do it. Number 1 is crawfish or gumbo?
Oh, man, crawfish when it's crawfish season, gumbo when it's gumbo season. But I'll
He answered the part A question is there a gumbo season? And he answered it with that answer.
Definitely. And look, I'm a big fan of Seafood Palace. You know, when I was doing outdoor tips on KPLC, somebody said, "Wow, man, where's the best place to go crabbing?" I'm like, Seafood Palace. They've got
Grabbing right off that platter.
You always catch there at Seafood Palace. That's
David
great.
does a great job. So, yeah, but I like them both. I'm true blood Louisiana, and I can tell you a quick story, just deviate a little bit before the rapid fire questions. But back in January, I had to have quadruple bypass surgery. And I blamed that basically on cracklings, boudin balls, fried pork chops, and all the great food in Southwest Louisiana. My tip of the day there is, if you feel something or see something that may be going different in your body, go to the doctor, get it checked, you know. And we all got bad habits down here, eating too much good food.
Sure do. Gotta keep yourself in check a little bit.
That's right.
Okay, our next question is poolside or beachside?
Wow. I'm more of Sue's more of the pool.
Yeah.
I'm more of the give me the beach boys and free my soul. And so I have to compromise on that. She doesn't like water where you don't see the bottom, and I like the beach. And of course,
the mystery of it all.
I like our beaches. I mean, I like going to Holly Beach. There's no telling what you're going to find, and the water does clear up sometime, and there's just really good fishing down there too, especially since they put the little jetties in there.
Yeah, the rocks out there. They help a lot. Yeah. I grew up on Holly in Rutherford. That's where I went every weekend. Yeah. So I like
you saying growing up there. Yeah, we knew what Holly Beach was, and that was a cool little place. Yeah, and it got totally ripped off the map by Hurricane Rita.
Cajun Riviera, man.
Yeah, it was there. And good old they sell ice cold watermelons. Go down there and go on the beach, eat a good watermelon, and do a little fishing right there. It was always a fun time.
Okay, our last question here: concert or comedy show?
Oh man, I like them both. It's hard to go. I love a good comedy show.
Yeah.
And of course, we've got great comics from this area. Jen Kober's a good friend of mine, and she does great comedy. I love really good comedians. I'm very fortunate of what they do at the local casinos, bringing in the concerts as well as the comedy. I'll go to either one quick, and Sue's the same way. We really enjoy, when you talk about concerts, one thing she taught me is I was a ZZ Top, Led Zeppelin, Santana type guy, and now I really love the music of George Jones, Merle Haggard, and all that.
Yeah.
So old and new, rock and country, comedy, everybody.
All
I like
right,
them all.
that's your genre. I got it.
All right, let's dive into the topic at hand, which is Westlake. Can you kind of briefly take us into what's Westlake's identity? Where do they fit in Southwest Louisiana?
Well, and that's really something that we've been searching for. Westlake's always been a bedroom community to the industries, but we have so much more potential than that. And that's one of the things that I've known from growing up there and serving in the different political offices I've got to serve in, is how do we make Westlake the best it can be? So that's part of what I've been wanting to do. And I guess kind of the good Lord blesses me with visions. And I see things that, wow, we need that here, and how do we get it here? The water park is something that has been a vision for a long time, and that's come to fruition. Back when we was on the police jury, we saw that, but we've got a good crew of folks that are getting to that. And I know we'll talk a little bit of that. The riverfront development. I want to see our riverfront development. Of course, the Horseshoe is now inside the city limits of Westlake, and we've got some property along the river, in my opinion, is the best view of anywhere in Southwest Louisiana, because you're looking back toward Lake Charles. We've got some real growth coming to Westlake. Of course, the old iconic I-10 bridge is going to be no longer in use once we get the new bridge and new Westlake overpass. That was one ththing that I'm thrilled to be a part of, and me and a lot of people. I'm not an I guy, but when I say I mean a whole group of people. But every time they would say I-10 bridge, I'd say Westlake overpass. Westlake
Keep
overpass.
reminding them,
Westlake overpass. So it is part of the project. And Westlake's going to boom even bigger once the I-10 bridge and the overpass is done, because we'll be easy on, easy off access to the I-10 corridor. We're already or have a little bit of a boom going on. We've, picked up a Waffle House. That was a big deal for Westlake. I love that over there. Of course, at the Max, we got really good food out there, the golf course, the water park, and being a golf cart friendly town. Westlake's got a lot of amenities that people that want to move here or people that want to visit here, they need to come see us, because we got things going on. I get a lot of compliments as mayor. They see it happening.
Yeah. Well, look, so Brady and I have lived in Lake Charles now for 10 years. And to be honest, I didn't venture into Westlake a lot until we had kids, right? Yeah. And I got my favorite dress shop lady over there, Ferry LaBrie. I'll give her a shout out because she always alters all my clothes. Yeah. But I really never had another reason, I guess I should say, to go to Westlake. I didn't until when we had kids and we went over to Ponderosa Park for the first time and realized, oh my gosh, what an amazing place. Brady discovering the golf course, right? And now we go, all the time. Yeah. We're there all the time. It's just another, it's an extension of our home now, because we've kind of realized everything it's got to offer and so much more. You talked about the Lazy Gator water park, so let's go for it, because
dive into that.
That's that is the thing everybody's talking about right now. So this is a long time coming.
It's a vision. Back when I was on the police jury, I say I once more, but it was a group of us. The recreation district back then, Sulphur had their water park, and I'm like, man, we need one of those in Westlake. We need a water park in Westlake. So we got the recreation district, the recreation board, and we got the folks to send it out to a bond issue to see if the people would be interested. It's a $25 million bond issue to build the water park. Well, the good thing about bond issues in Westlake is because the recreation district is in the industrial taxing district, the lion's share of any bond issue that's being done, 80-90% of the money is coming from the industry. We have people with nicer homes, and it'll be a millage on those folks, but most of the money's being paid by the industry. So this is kind of a win-win situation. And that won in the vote, so that started the timeline of, hey, what are we going to build? We go out for architectural design. And it takes like it's probably been 10 to 12 years we've been working on that to get all the stuff laid, all the groundwork laid. And, we're back in there wanting to see it done. But now that it's done, there's a whole new group of people that are doing a great job with this. Chad Evans, the recreation director, is doing real good. Wayne Smith, the guy that I worked with at the plant, came in and helped them build it with Miller's Construction, and Scott Stolzheimer, and those guys did a wonderful job. Well, it all opened up, just recently now. And it's a very exciting water park. We've got a 1,000-foot lazy river where I think the casinos are like 300 foot. We got It's huge, and it's wide, and it's big. We got a couple of slides. We got a couple of slides that are being renovated because they were actually too fast. We got to go back in and do some stuff.
Got to put some speed bumps in there, huh?
We gotta do some things to curve them out a little more. But when you go through all that stuff and you're starting to open it up, you find things that that are being fixed, and the recreation district's doing good with that, along with our architect, to get all that taken care of. But it's a beautiful water park. It's the hours right now are from 10 to 7, Monday through Saturday. And then Sunday, they open up from noon or 1 o'clock, 1 to 7, after church type thing.
Yeah.
So, and the rates are really good. If you live, here's another good thing. If you live in Westlake, you get a lot of perks.
Sure.
One of the perks is if you get the recreation card, you can go to the water park for $5. Okay. People that are not in the recreation district and don't live inside the city limits of Westlake, we want them to come also.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the people from Moss Bluff, it's $15 a day, which is still a very good savings because the other water parks are more expensive to them.
Sure.
So $15 a day, kids come out there, have a good time. We've got really good food, and nachos and sandwiches and all kind of stuff you can eat there and enjoy a full day. Yeah. And so that's good. Let's see, if you're over 65 or a veteran, it's $10 a day. So 5, 10, and 15 are the numbers there.
Yeah.
So
that's as a family of 4 for us, taking the kids everywhere. A lot of people ask, $15, is that a good price? For the water park? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it's really good.
Compared to other, different activities and events for kids, $15 is a steal, truly, to go to a water park and spend all day there, right? There's food, there's fun. I mean, there's everything.
And it's safe. That's another thing. We got plenty of lifeguards there. We're watching the people left and right. Everybody's working as a team. We want a water park that we're very proud of. Now, as visitors come to Southwest Louisiana, I want them to hear, we want you to come to Westlake.
Yeah.
I was telling Brady earlier, I said, to me, I want to make Westlake the diamond of Southwest Louisiana. We're in the hub of the parish. Lake Charles and Sulphur, we can use all their entities. You can go south to Cameron, to Holly Beach. You can go north to Quincy or wherever, or to Iowa. We've got a great parish here. And we got the amenities of Westlake being centrally located. And we have our own casino. And of course, they have our hotel rooms. We got a couple of hotels coming up. We've got a lot of nice restaurants there. I'd hate to name them and miss somebody, but I can work down the street from Jeannie's Barbecue to El Tap to Blue Iguanas there now. Of course, Waffle House. You've got places like Fat Boys that have great plate lunches. And the one that's kind of our diamond and we're doing a lot with is the Max. The Max is located at the golf course in the clubhouse. And a beautiful view upstairs looking out over the golf course. One of the best views in Southwest Louisiana. We've got a great chef there. Man, he does a wonderful job. Jalen runs the Max. And then I've got a new guy that I've hired, Jamie Perkins. And Jamie's doing a great job with the golf course and the Max also. And then he hired a guy. We kind of stole him from Beaumont, but he's a graduate of Texas A&M, and he's an agronomist Aggie. And this guy knows his grass. So he's growing.
This guy knows his grass.
That's right.
Love
that.
Well, you got to.
You play golf. You got to know your grass,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Our greens look great, and we're getting.
Brady can speak to that. He's there almost every weekend.
Good. You've seen a difference in the last few months.
The green does look great. I find myself playing at the National really a lot recently.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful course. I'll tell you, I played at 7:50 one morning, which is really early for me to get out and play. But it was so serene the entire trip all the way around. And I was in front of anyone else and I played by myself. So there was never a pace of play. It was just serene as they can be.
Well, let me just tell you a couple other things that you're missing out on because you're not living in Westlake. And I had 10 years in Lake Charles. It's time to just move on across the bridge and live with
Okay,
us.
go ahead. Sell it to us.
Okay. So if you lived in the recreation district, you could play golf twice a week, Monday through Thursday.
Okay.
Free.
Don't hit me. It's come on.
Wait, even this. Women play free all the time. So if you want to pick up the game, and they have lessons out there where they'll give you lessons, go play about 9 holes and drink
Why
a little
do you
wine.
think I need lessons?
I'm
Oh,
not
wait,
the-
wine.
the
Wait, what did you
wine.
say
You
about
want to make
wine?
the wine lessons. So, and the men
I do.
also
Okay,
have
I
lessons
do want the
too.
wine lesson. That sounds like a good
And
time
then once
for
your
sure.
kids get old enough to play, they
Yeah.
play for free. And we have clinics in the
Oh,
summertime.
that's fun.
And so living in our recreation district, you also
Yeah.
get to use the multi-purpose center, the workout center there, the walking track there.
Yeah.
Free. One of my favorite 4-letter words.
Free.
And
It is a great word, isn't it?
It's a
Free.
free. That's it. Right there in Westlake. And that's just because you're residents.
Yeah.
And look, we know we're near neighbors to the industries, and the industries give back to my city.
Sure.
I can tell you they help me with the West Fest that we have. They help me with the West Fest. They help me with Christmas at City Hall. You know, Lyndale, Bassell, Sassaw, Phillips 66, all my near neighbors there. Of course, Sitco's always stepping up the plate for us. But we got good relationships with them, and that's working in a very positive way.
So let's talk for a second about you brought up the casino, and now the Horseshoe is actually in the footprint of Westlake, right?
Yeah.
So what does that mean for Westlake? What does that mean for the city?
Well, and Mayor Bob Hardy was one of the things he did before he passed away was get the actual casino in Westlake. And what it means to us is their revenues go up. It's going to help the city grow. And we also have an economic development district down there when we start to develop the waterfront. And basically the Horseshoe, in my opinion, is land-based and one of the nicest casinos of the 3 that we have. Okay, we're trying to get all the amenities. And here's the difference. I'll just give you a quick financial lesson in what I know about this. The Horseshoe, who's owned by Caesars, is big, and they're one of the biggest conglomerate of casinos there is. But basically, right now, their revenue of where we're at versus where LaBerge and Golden Nugget are at, they make $28 to $30 million a month, each one of them.
Wow.
Right now, we're at about $9 million. But the reason we don't have the number of players the others have is we need more hotel rooms. So we're working with the Horseshoe and Caesars to build a high-rise hotel that'll be coming in the future because they know they need hotel rooms. And we've got a great amenity there. In order to compete with the big guys, they're going to have to put some money into Westlake.
Sure.
But that's all part of their future plans. So that's going to be coming. The more money they make, the more money we would make at the city of Westlake. Right now, we probably get about $900,000 to $1 billion in tax revenue that's unencumbered from those guys that we put into our budget. But it's going to get bigger and it's going to get better because the future's bright in what's going to be built and what's getting done in Westlake.
So we talked the new water park, the hotel, casinos. We've touched a little bit on the golf course. If we could, I know we've touched about it in previous podcasts. It truly is, if you are a golfer, it's a beautiful course. 18 holes, obviously, multiple different tee boxes to kind of challenge yourself. I would say strategically placed obstacles and hazards that are going to challenge you and make sure that you have to be playing your best golf to score well.
Right. Well, what you need to know is when this golf course was built, our contractor, it's a Billy Casper golf course. So this is built by one of the old-time best pros that was ever out there. So he designed his course for us way back in 1997 when the property became available. There was 841 acres, 641 acres on one side of Myrtle Springs Road with 200 on the other. It was a 3-2 vote to buy the property to build a golf course. Dudley Dixon was our mayor, and this was his vision. And I was honored that I was on the city council that we had Gerald Washington, John Crater, and myself voted yes to buy the property. So this has been we see visions and we fulfill them. And having that golf course fulfilled is something that's really good. You come up there, I don't want to compete with some of the other golf courses, maybe the Mallard Coves or the Frash. I want to be right as close to the Golden Nugget and LaBerge as I can. So with the horseshoe not having a golf course, we have like a lawyer retainer per diem, so they send their guests out there. So we want to have it very much first class for them. But it's a public golf course owned by the city. So we're trying to make it so when somebody comes in and plays, let's just say at LaBerge, they don't want to really send their clients over to Golden Nugget. And somebody comes in at Golden Nugget, they don't want to really send their clients to LaBerge. Hey, Westlake, public course, y'all come on over. We're your next choice. So I really want to compete for the players that are the upscale guys coming in from Texas that don't mind spending a little money. But also I want to keep it like that Monday through Thursday where my locals can play free and women can play free. I mean, so it's a really good combination of things that we're doing over there. Now, I had a little 10 o'clock cabinet meeting I called with all my generals that work with me at the city, and we had really, really good numbers last week at the golf course, like $93,000 in a week. With the max, I think 63 of it was at golf, and the rest was at the max. But good things are happening at the golf course, and I've got good management out there that I really believe in and trust, and boy, they're making a difference.
Well, it's really one to see. It's really challenging. It's plenty of water hazards and sand hazards, and the way that you guys have moved the tree. So Casper did a great job.
Yeah.
With
when people come to
layout.
Southwest Louisiana, come to the National, come see our golf course, come to Ponderosa Park, come see our park, go to the water park. You know. Yeah. It's a really good adventure over there that I want to get the word out more on, because the more it does, the more people will come.
Ponderosa Park is our 4-year-old's favorite park in this entire area, and we've hit them all, right? And we go to all of them, but that's the one he wants to go to all the time. Like I don't know what it is about Ponderosa Park, but that's where he wants to go.
Got a huge playground. A lot
it
of
is huge, and I love that the majority of it. So it's not only are you like fenced in within the entire park, like complex area, but the playground itself also has a fence around it. So it's easier to keep up with my 4 and 2-year-old than almost anywhere else.
They can't sit still, obviously.
Yeah, and they can't sit still. So it is amazing.
And you touched on National, but while I have you in that area, the max and what we've done with it. Wednesday night bingo. Okay, we just want people to spend like $10 on food and tip our waitresses, but bingo is packed house on Wednesday night from 6:30 to 7:30, 8 o'clock, whatever. Figure they play 10 games of bingo. We give away good prizes. The blackout game, we usually give away a TV or computer or something nice.
Oh, cool.
And it doesn't really cost anything. It's a very family-oriented event. Okay. Thursday night, they got trivia, and that's been well attended, and people are starting to come into that. Friday night, we have music. Y'all not from the days, maybe she is, from the old Peppers, but we used to have music at Peppers on Friday nights, and that was back in my
that
era.
old now.
Okay, I'm dating myself. But we have music on Friday nights at the Max. Well, we started a summer series of music on Saturday nights.
Fun.
Okay, so we got music. If you want to come and hear great, and look, we got so many great acoustic people here: Kevin Barton, Brad Brinkley, Brian Rocca. Those are all local guys, and then you got like Ronnie Boy Fruges and some of the folks that come in there. But we got a great lineup of some of the best of the best. Chad Ryan, different people that come in through there. I'm leaving a couple out. I'm sorry, guys. But that's fun. Now, the brunch on Saturday and Sunday. On Saturday, bottomless lemon drops. So
that's tempting.
It's a great brunch, bottomless lemon drops. On Sunday, for my non-Baptist friends out there, good old Methodist and Catholic, and we got bottomless mimosas. So we got things happening, and we're turning things around, and the crowd's crowding up. Y'all need to come see Westlake. It's not your same old area. And look, I'm thrilled about this. Golf cart friendly. If you live in Westlake, when y'all move there, you buy you a golf cart.
When we move there, okay.
You buy you a golf cart. You can ride your golf cart around town.
Yeah.
And Sue and I love that. We put on a little rock and roll music, ride through the streets, see people, you talk to people. It's way different than a car. It's kind of like having a boat, but instead of being out on the water,
sure,
you're in the golf cart, you ride around on the streets.
You know, and there's a ton of other communities that are like that, and you picture them in your head, and you're always like in South Carolina, if you will, or one of those. And that's what this could be, a real destination spot for people.
Well, that's second part of my I Have a Dream speech.
Yes.
I am a traveler, and I do love Kima, and I do love Fairhope, Alabama. That property I'm talking about over there by the bridge, and it may take a little while to develop once we get the the bridge built and the overpass built. But all that can be our next Kemah, our next Fairhope, Alabama, right there on the water.
Yeah.
I want to see one of these big in there. We'll take Tillman or whoever wants to come.
Yeah.
And, do something in Westlake, because it's truly it's truly low-hanging fruit that's ripe for picking, but it's just going to take a little investment time to get it done.
Well, Tillman, if you're listening, and we know you're a friend here.
And we know that you do.
We know
That's
you're
right.
a friend here at Calcasieu Parish, and we've
like
got another
that guy.
opportunity for you.
Yeah.
That's
So-
really great. I love that. I love that idea. I think people have been starving for something like that, for the water park. I'm so glad about the lakefront here in Lake Charles, being under development. I think the more of that, it just really excites people right now.
Yeah. And it's a team effort.
Yeah.
I want to say Randy Burley, our police juror, he sees the vision. We see it at the Recreation District. We see it at City Hall. And it's just a matter, when you get that, hopefully 20-story hotel built right there that the Horseshoe will be bringing in,
Mm-hmm.
that's the only difference. They've got 250 rooms at the Horseshoe. They got 1,100, 1,200 rooms at Golden Nugget and LaBerge.
Yeah.
So we just got to pull the people into us. And then you were talking about, once we get that, I don't know, but the Horseshoe is looking at doing a docking area so they can cater more
fun.
to people that have a boat and they can come in and get something to eat there. Right there at a pizza place, or go into Chef Ramsay. We have the #1 steakhouse in all Louisiana.
Yeah.
Chef Ramsay is the premier place that people should want to come to. The other guys were really good, but we got the chef. So that's something that's big. And it's just a matter of getting the word out for
Sure.
people can really see what Westlake's all about and the movement forward we're making. And I told you, I'm an orange-black guy. I grew up here all my life.
And I guess maybe to kind of wrap this up is the best way. It seems like to me, for Westlake to reach its potential, you guys have really hitched the wagon on recreation, whether that be eating, whether that be sporting outdoors, water parks, hotel casinos. Is that for you the vision of Westlake will be its best when the recreation aspect is top tier?
It's there and getting better. We're gonna bring it to top tier. We got a great recreation department. But what I'm hitching my wagon to is quality of life. I want to touch everybody. I want to touch the kids. I want to touch the intermediates. I want to touch the seniors. And that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to develop things that true quality of life. A school in Calcasieu Parish, Westlake High is the #1 school. S. Barnett, great junior high, got high ratings on that, and both our elementary schools are great. We got housing over there, got houses developed at the golf course. We got houses in the old part of neighborhoods that are up for sale that you could come see, and your investment goes well. And then once that overpass gets built, like exit 97 at Scott, how it's boomed going both directions.
Yeah.
I look for Westlake to boom, because we'll be easy on, easy off the interstate, and that'll be good for us. But the recreation aspect and bringing all genres, the water park, you'll see everybody out there. You'll see from kids to seniors out there watching their grandkids. The golf, we highlight to seniors. You move up the tees a little bit, and everything's good there, and just having all those amenities to make it the best it can be. I used to say this back in the campaign, but when I was running for office, a buddy of mine said, Westlake's always been sandwiched between Lake Charles and Sulphur. And I agree. I said, but yeah, I want to be the meat of the sandwich.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about a Darryl special triple dripping down your arm meat. If you can think about it, and it can be great, let's do it in Westlake. Let's make it happen in Westlake. My investors, come see us. We're in the hub of the parish. They can come from, we're retracking people that we, as Westlake, used to go to Lake Charles and Sulphur for amenities.
Yeah.
I have people like y'all from Lake Charles now coming to Westlake for amenities.
Westlake is no longer a side dish.
That's right, baby. We're the diamond of Southwest Louisiana.
Thanks again to Hal for joining us here on the show. But thank you, the biggest thank you of all, rather, goes out to you, the listener, for joining us here on the podcast with your ears. If you enjoyed the show, please leave us a rating or a review.
Thanks for having ears. This, of course, leave us a rating and a review. It helps us grow our audience and further share the unique experiences that Southwest Louisiana has to offer. Go to visitlakecharles.org/podcast for more episodes, advice on where to eat, and events that are happening this weekend. I'm Jillian Corder.
And I'm Brady Raynard. Thanks again for coming to play at Louisiana's Playground. City